Rin, I'm going to do some work at Enigma for a bit. I want to dig up some data regarding Adel.
Then I shall accompany you, since I have some business to do there as well.
Oh, if there's something you need to pick up, I can sweep it up for you. I appreciate the offer, but I don't mind us going together. It's better for there to be two of us, just in case something happens. She's got a point. Got it. Well then, shall we? And on that note, welcome back to part 23 of Death End Request, where today we're going to try and learn a bit more about what's going on Shina's side of the field, and then press on with the rest of Rosaria Forest to find that second stone. Rin?
I wouldn't be so sure that there weren't any hiccups. Someone has been following us.
What?
Don't turn around. See that mirror beside the curb on the corner over there? When you pass by it, try sneaking a glance at what's behind your reflection.
Okay, thanks. Shit, is that a cop? Well, I guess I can't be surprised that they'd track a wanted man. Oh, this is a busy, bright street. Luckily, not one of those masked weirdos, but the cops aren't any better.
I doubt they intend to arrest us. More likely, they're trying to follow us back to our hiding place.
We can't just go back then. We have to lose them somehow.
We found ourselves in a crowded part of town. If we try blending into the crowd, would we be able to escape? This is troubling. There are cops dressed in plain clothing hiding all over the place.
Then what should we do?
It's rare to see Rin flustered. I guess it goes to show how serious this whole thing really is. I have to think of something. Mizunaishi, this way.
Oh, okay.
Down this alleyway.
A back alley?
Maybe she thinks we'll be safe if we duck out here. But if we were to get back onto the main road, surely we'd be caught right away.
Rin, why are you digging through the trash? Huh?
Quickly now, change into these clothes.
Wait, why are these clothes in there? Hang on, these outfits?
A safety precaution for such an occasion. I've stashed disguises in similar occasions like this all throughout town.
Wow, Rin. You really think we'll be able to head back into town looking like this?
This is our only solution for now. If you keep your composure, no one will find you suspicious. Try your best to act normally, okay?
But she's 32. Just want to put that out there. Rin's 32. How? Don't you think the two of us wearing school uniforms is a little bit suspect?
Rin, you actually don't look too out of place, but for me, dressed like I'm still in high school,
I don't know.
Don't worry, no one would assume that a man and woman nearing their 30s would wear student attire. If we remain calm, then we may be able to pass for siblings.
Rin's got a point. She has a youthful look to her, even though she's 32. Yeah, that's an understatement. For now, I'll just have to take Rin's word for it.
Let's go, Mizunaishi.
Okay.
Oh, dear brother, I'd like to eat some crafts at that cafe.
What? I'm not sure we have time for that.
Promise you'll buy me some next time then, okay?
Yeah, sure, next time. Alright. Where did that come from? She really sold that performance. So even the real world can have some upbeat moments here and there.
Excellent, we were able to make our way out of the city.
Definitely. Thanks for coming along with me, Rin.
No, I should be thanking you, but first I have one request to ask of you.
What is it?
Could you refrain from telling others that I wore an elementary school uniform? It's kind of embarrassing.
Nod. There's no death end for this one, so just do what you want. No prob. The uniform fits you well, at least.
That's rather nice of you, but I'm not sure if I should take that as a compliment. Regardless, I appreciate the sentiment. Mizunaishi, you served your role as my brother well. Perhaps when things settle down, we can get that crop, eh?
Sure, maybe without uniforms next time.
Well, I'll be on my way. Great work today.
You too, Rin. I'm just happy we got everything squared away, but I'm exhausted. What matters is that we were able to get away safely, but I saw a rare sight of Rin. All in all, a positive experience, I'd say. Also, I have no idea how you pronounce crop or crape or crepe or what, however. I've no clue, even remotely. So I just kind of made it up as I went along. Ha! Two objective markers right next to each other. One of them's a side quest, that's why. Yeah, they were buffed back in Heartist too, but this is ridiculous. It's gotten to the point where monsters are beginning to mutate, bulging with muscles with no regard to overall anatomy. So strange. Well, we'll just have to make sure not to wander off on your own. We need to stick together and fight as a unit. Stay focused, especially you, Seneca. Huh? Me? You're a talented warrior, but at times you flail with reckless abandon. It makes for far too many close calls. You should try being more careful.
Oh, that's not true, is it, Al? Lady Seneca, I'm afraid she's right. Your fighting style is pretty risky. I concur. Watching you mock the enemy by spanking your bottom and exclaiming, "Come and get some," is nerve-wracking to watch. Plus, spitting in the direction of our enemy is an action unfit of the monarch adventurer. And squishing your chest together isn't much for technique on the battlefield. Enigma, everyone's bullying me.
I didn't say anything. You know, just to have a bit of banter to say that, yeah, Celica is a bit out there, but this is the side quest. This is the one I've been alluding to. There's one big side quest in the game. What's the matter?
My buggy's been acting weird. Weirder than usual, at least. Is this what you're talking about? Al, don't get too close. Nothing's happening though. See for yourself. Whoa.
Shina, you might be imagining things.
You think? I sure hope so. Hey, over there, there's a hole in the sky.
You're right. Al, get out of there.
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh God.
Ah! Al!
I don't believe it.
A hole in the sky? I've never seen a bug like this before. Al, are you okay? Yeah, that scared me. I thought I'd be blasted to smithereens, but I'm fine. What a relief.
Hold on a minute.
Stand back, everyone. Something's emerging. Oh God, what am I going to give this thing's voice? What is going on here? I don't, you know, she's a robot. I'm going to make this thing a robot now. If only we could answer you. Wait, huh?
Strange, all I heard was a bunch of digitalized beeps, yet how did I understand her? We might be able to hear her, but those are not human words. She might be a monster.
Don't let your guard down until we know for sure.
Who is that?
What primitive realm have I stumbled into? Hey, you there. What world is this?
Huh? You're asking me? Oh, I've got no idea what you're talking about. Try asking Claire.
I don't know.
Beats me. Sounds like she can speak our language, but is she human? She sure looks odd.
Indeed, her appearance is contoured by jagged edges. Bizarre.
Indeed.
She looks unlike any being I've encountered. Mizunari, she must be a game character. Her design is so, retro.
She looks like a pixel sprite. Kinda takes me back. The question is, how'd she end up here?
Is that an Easter egg of yours?
I had nothing to do with this.
Right.
Hey! What's the hold up over there?
Why are you yelling?
I asked, what world is this? Someone had better answer me now.
This is Rosaria Forest.
Rosaria Forest? Wah, never heard of it.
I see. Do you know then? Can you explain where you came from, or where that hole appeared in the sky?
Call me Sharote. That's all I got for you. What business you got with me then?
We don't know you. If you're not an enemy, then we have no business with you.
Look, you're all wasting my time now. If you don't know, then how the hell would I? I can't remember a thing. Oh great, you got amnesia too?
How troublesome.
This isn't good. You more or less fell out from the sky. What an intriguing specimen. I've had plenty of creatures in my adventures, but never a beast as bizarre as you. Mizunari, do you think that the bug from earlier could have caused this?
It's a possibility. The bug might have spawned due to some connection with a retro game on the server.
Yes.
That's true. The Alice engine stores its data in a cloud server after all.
Either way, this is a predicament. Without knowing her programming, there's no telling what kind of bug Sharote's presence could cause. Our options are either to delete her or try returning her to her original server.
Is the second option even possible?
Maybe, but even if that isn't foolproof. I'll need to figure out where she came from and whether or not she can be sent back. This is the oddest bug yet. Enough of your riddles, simpleton. You keep mentioning bugs. I feel as though I've heard that word before. Bugs. Oh, the horror. Did you remember something?
Hey, listen.
Hey, on the floor. Does that belong to you, Shiro?
Is that some kind of joke?
It looks like a package, but it's jagged and out of focus.
My peddler senses are tingling. What kind of item is this? You there, girl. Hand it over.
Here you go.
This is the final potion. A medicine used by the weak to regain power.
In other words.
Doesn't look like any potion I've seen out of this world. You know what they say, where equals money, all we needed to do is get more from your world.
That's enough, Claire. You're being rude to Sharote. Does this bring back any memories to you?
I'm still having trouble deciphering your rudimentary language, but I believe I did just remember something.
Yay!
Sounds like having a totem of your world helps you regain some of your memories, subconsciously.
That's wonderful. Perhaps now you'll remember how to return...
I didn't...
Huh? Then, were you able to think of a name of the kingdom that you came from? I do not recall.
How troublesome.
Doesn't seem like she's regained enough of her memories just yet. Maybe one item isn't enough. Do we need to gather more of these pixelated boxes then?
Mm-hmm.
I shall help. Alright, we need to send Shiroi back to the world where she came from. Keep your eyes peeled, everyone. Shiroi, we'll help you regain your memories. Just sit tight, okay? No one asks you for help. What? I am Shiroi. I need no assistance. And there she goes. Oh, she just walked off. What should we do? Should we head after her? I highly doubt she doesn't need our assistance. If her arrival is connected to a serious bug, then we can't let her roam around. Maybe we should check the vicinity for more of those pixelated items. And that's your main side quest of the game, the only one outside the DLC that you get in this game. The way it works is, around the map as a whole, there are random objective markers that have more of the pixelated items. You find it, Shiroi magically appears, you talk to her for a bit, and then you move on to the next one. All but the last one are in the Godot ruins, so we'll be heading to the Godot ruins when the plot is relevant to pick up all of them. And then the last one, I've got a part dedicated to exploring one of the optional dungeons coming up, where I will finish off that side quest at the start of that part, since we'll be exploring around the place anyway. But in Rosario Forest, the new enemies here that you need to be wary of hit like a truck physically, but aren't the strongest magically. Well, as that's like the usual rule of thumb. And you'll notice that because both Al and Lucille even, are going to get battered to Kingdom Come throughout here. And I decided to bring them around because I wanted to try and balance out my team a bit more, instead of making Celica the spotlight for everything. And you're going to see throughout this, I end up struggling a little bit, because not having Celica in your party, and not having Claire in your party, both of which kind of end up biting you in the ass. Like, Shina's a great all-rounder to wrap up any team, but Claire is just so helpful with ranged damage. Lucille is great with magic, but if you're against enemies with decent magic resistance, she kind of falls flat because of her limited defense and limited stats and everything else. But then Celica just hits like a goddamn truck. And Lily, as I've already said, kind of wears out her welcome, because she's pretty decent early game, but at this point in the game onwards, she really won't be able to hold her own. Like, she really falls behind the rest of the party.
Perfect. Too slow.
That being said, this is the perfect opportunity for you to start grinding out some of your extra skills for the characters, because there's a whole bunch that you should be around the right level to be unlocking now. Because there's a bunch of late game ones that you can start unlocking around level 60. And so if you want to grind them out, go for it. If you're struggling, maybe like bring up a guide that tells you what all the combinations are, because some of them are pretty out there. Like, they don't match at all, and you're like, okay. Like, at some point in the next few parts, I finally get the upgrade to Shina's fire attack. So I just get lucky in the combination. I'm like, oh, that's what it is then.
Here I come. Hey, how's this?
And I also get her her invulnerability skill soon, because Shina can get a skill that makes her invulnerable, but it costs 300 SP to use, and it makes her invulnerable for the whole following turn, and then ends when her next turn starts up. So it's pretty helpful if you know the enemy's going to do a big attack to just make it so you won't take any damage from it. And I'll be using it sparingly with specific fights right near the end of the game, because it can be quite helpful in the right situation if you know when to use it. And that's also the thing, like, because in my recording, I'm 2 chapters away from the end, because there's 11 chapters, and I'm on the later half of chapter 9 now in my recording. So I've still got a ways to go before I finish up the recording. But because I've yet to get to the final chapter, I've yet to decide what my final team for the last chapter is going to be. So although most people that watch this don't comment, if any of you are interested in suggesting a team comp, I will be prepared to listen. If it's like a deliberately really god-awful one, like if you say Lucille, Lily, and Al, I'm not doing it. Like, be considerate.
My turn.
But I plan to spend the whole of chapter 11 with one dedicated team, and then kind of use like everyone else for chapter 10 kind of thing. Like, I've got an idea of what I want to do for the last 2 chapters. It's just chapter 11, if no one comments and no one makes a decision, I know what team I kind of want to use, but if not, then if someone does, then I'll see how it works out. I'll see what happens. But as you're exploring Rosario Forest,
your main objective when you get back here is to get back to where Rapuka trapped you in that infinite loop, because now you can proceed onwards, because Rapuka's no longer trapped the area in because of Alice. Because of Alice's ability. Alice got rid of Rapuka's ability to mess with things, so you can now explore this area freely. It's a little bit more of a teleporting maze, expanding on what we've seen before, but it's thankfully not too bad, as you head over here and just go through here. Well, this portal. The way this works is that there's a bunch of items called Dark Guidance, and each one opens a different gate. Because there's wooden gates as well, and you can go through the portals. You can actually get through here only opening like one gate, I think. Like there it is, the Dark Elf's Guidance, that's what opens the gates. And there's also these poison floors, meaning Al actually has a purpose outside of battle for once. And you can investigate this for your trouble, which gets you a second one so you can open a different gate. It's not like you can take any guidance to any gate. Each one is counted as a different item for a specific gate. Like there is one of these 3 gates that we just won't be able to open, but the 2 we've got will open these. But just experiment with the portals. Like it's pretty easy to find your way going. If you pay attention to the map, each portal is color coded, so you can follow the code to find what portals you've been through in case you lose your bearings. But we also get a new weapon that boosts physical stats and boosts health, but keeps her magic pretty low. And as a dedicated magic user, that's getting a pass. Which is a shame, because the attack is great, but it's like when you're playing a Kingdom Hearts game and Donald gets a weapon that boosts his physical attack, and you sit there and you go, why? Like, it's like, what's the purpose? But you can see here, like, I don't lose my bearings too much, but it does take me a second to kind of remember where I'm going whilst I'm going through here. And I also, like, you can see, I try circling enemies at points, so I want to get items. As we get a new weapon for Al, which is actually pretty good. It lowers her magic defense, but the physical boost that she gets justify themselves. It meets the means. So see, this door we can't open. We don't have that specific Elf's Guidance, so we have to ignore it and go around. The specific door we want to get through in the end will be this one, but we can't get through here until we've activated the exclamation mark event marker that's on the map. Because after you get that, you trigger a key, which then allows you to get that. But then make sure to pick up this one as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of these around. It's not too bad. Like I said, I wasted more time getting lost in Heartless Palace's second visit than Rosaria Forest's second visit. And if you come up here, there's another weapon for Shina, because I'm sure Shina gets the most new weapons of any character, and it's universally just better, minus the -10 on her magic defense. And there is a new enemy up here, so I decided to show it. And that's the thing, the bug marks on the ground here, those purple ones are actually pretty helpful, because I think they boost your magic damage. Well, maybe they don't then. No, I'm not sure if that I just got unlucky or whether they do, but they are helpful for magic. Purple is always the colour of magic on the glitch marks. Red usually just means it's bad, don't touch it. If it's white with the crystal in it, it means invincibility. If it's blue, it's pretty standard. If it's yellow, it's a chance it will stun you, and although some of our cast have gotten a resistance to stunning, characters like Owl really don't. And if you get stunned, it ends your turn immediately without being able to do anything, so you have to be wary of what you decide to do and how you decide to use it. Because if the character doesn't get hurt by the stun or isn't affected by the stun, then feel free to get all of them to boost your glitch percentage. Because they usually have pretty high corruption percentages with stun ones, because it usually ends your turn. So as a compromise, it boosts it by like a chunk. Like where I'm recording in chapter 9, the area there has stun-based glitch spots, and it says corruption plus 40. And although most of the characters have better resistance than that, it still boosts it by like 20 to 25% on each character every time they touch one. Also, Purple Fang Drive for Lily, you know, just in case. But I will try and squeeze Lily in again in the gameplay. Like she's not going to get completely sidelined. As much as it's tempting to do so. Also, we did just pass by the door we need to go through to get plot to move forward, to get the terminal stone. But we're still missing a key, which I believe... Oh no, that's just a shortcut back. That takes you right back to the very start of this area. And I think I even go over to show that this is actually, yeah, where we started, because there's this is where the campsite for this area was, because you'd proceed upwards and that's where you'd fight Rapuka and do the loop and yada yada on your first visit. The investigation point remains there if you want to get rid of the shortcut, oddly enough, but oh well. And if you come over here, I believe this one leads us to the key we need. There's dust there, and I think it's this here is the last key we're missing. Yeah, there it is. So if you're following along, I haven't really been talking about the path, but you can find your way through it. It's not as bad as it might first look. I know teleporting mazes can be quite intimidating, because I'm sure I've played a lot of teleporting mazes where it's very frustrating, but thankfully it's very easy. You can just kind of stumble your way through it. But once you get up here and you're ready by the door, go back and save first. I want to emphasize that now. You're going to watch me save during the cutscene because I know where the death ends are, so I'm not too fussed about it. But if it's your first playthrough, I highly recommend you save because there's more than one death end coming up.
Wait.
But we've got a cutscene now, so I'll be ending my commentary. Next time on Death End Request, we'll see what escalates here at the graveyard and try and deal with the situation that arises in our hopes to get the Terminal Stone. But until then, you guys take care now.
Called this place home nearly 1 year ago.
Celica, do you know anything about this?
Yes. I've heard tales about it while I was journeying across the continent, but this is a shared graveyard. Underneath these tombstones sleep the corpses of the beast clans, a breed seldom seen in these times.
Huh?
Celica, would you mind thinking before you speak in front of Al? Oh, that's right. Sorry. Your people belonged to the beast clans, didn't they, Al?
Huh? Wait. Tell me more about this. Why are there so many of my people buried in an elven forest?
Well, you see...
Oh. Who might you be? Oh. Hello. Hello. You must be from the village of elves, are you not?
Yes, I am. Might you be the Queen of Hardest, madam? Forgive me. To what honor are we graced by your presence in our forest?
Oh, you flatter me, but you needn't pay me any mind. Rather, my condolences. Your people have suffered terrible losses.
Thank you. The elves of Rosari are desperate to put this egregious tragedy behind us. May I ask what interest you have in our gravesite?
Oh, well... I have a question. Are there people from the Beast Clans buried here? Why would they be buried with the elves?
You are one of them. How have you survived?
And the crest on your outfit. Are you from the Royal Sturful Shipyard, little girl?
Yep. Al Astra at your service. What do you know about the shipyard?
Oh my word.
You are the child of Sati Astra, a victim of the Sturfil Beast genocide.
How do you know my mother's name?
Have you not heard the truth?
Should we even speak of such atrocities to a child? It's been 6 months since the incident occurred. I'm not sure.
Don't keep things from me. I need to hear the truth. I promise I won't get upset. Just tell me.
She is right. Eventually, the truth will become known to her.
Sturfil Beast genocide. What's going on here?
Al, here. This belongs to you.
What's this? The necklace from the grave? Hey, this is the shipyard crest. Oh no.
Your mother, Sati Astra. She gave this to me before she passed, to give to you.
Huh?
This story is not for the faint of heart. Your people, the Beast Clan, were a fierce, proud race. Small in numbers, but big of heart. Blame for the dwindling numbers lies at the foot of the humans, for they enjoyed hunting your kind for sport.
What? Hunting?
Is this true?
The beasts are no different from humans, but neither are the elves nor the ogres. At least, so we had believed. Unfortunately, prices for poaching organs, brains, claws, and fangs from your people rose up on the black market.
That's rubbish! I can't fathom what got into those cruel bastards. I refuse to believe... Ugh, I'm gonna be sick.
What? people do that to each other?
Some say it was the curse of the Entoma that drove them mad. Others believe that the famine and the ensuing downturn in economic fortune drove people to madness. Misery breeds desperation. On the other hand, I have heard some stories about members of the Beast clans selling their own children.
Unbelievable. What is wrong with this world?
As a human, I am ashamed. I shudder at the thought. Human poachers were running rampant, brutally murdering their kind for parts, then disposing what remained of them in Rosaria Forest. Nearly half a year ago, there was a mob of hunters in Sturfel. In that time, 2 people were brought forth, Megel and Sadiastra. Just as they were about to be publicly executed, our people were able to rescue them, but they were regrettably already close to death.
In the moments before their death, they had one thing to tell us. We hid our daughter underneath the floorboards. Please, save her. By the next day, however, you were already gone, Al. We came to your house, but you had already left.
If I recall correctly, Al said that after she had first run away, she had dinner with her parents before they disappeared. As if that wasn't bad enough, her home had been ransacked. Now it all makes sense. Maybe because of Al's youth, her mind locked away the trauma, and she blocked all memory of what happened to protect her heart.
Al, are you okay? I am so sorry. I never knew that your parents were buried here.
Words cannot begin to convey my sympathies. Al, What do you mean? Huh? It sucks, but what can I do? I kind of figured something terrible happened to him, too. Oh well, time to get a move on.
Al,
What's the matter, Enigma?
you're crying.
Huh? Why? Huh? That's funny. I don't feel sad one bit. I'm not crying, but tears are streaming down my face. How weird. What's going on? Why is this happening? Al! Shina? It's okay. Crying is natural. What you're doing is totally fine. Al, you're allowed to cry. Huh? It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. My heart. Help!
Character sequence collapsing. Character sequence collapsing.
Could this be like what happened to Lily? My heart is being crushed by my ribs. I feel like I'm gonna break. It hurts. It hurts! Shina, what is going on? It's the same thing that happened to you. I think her buggy was suppressing one of her emotions, but she's past her threshold. The emotion that's been stolen from her heart is sorrow.
Promptly eliminate unknown factors.
You guys know the drill. Let's save her.